A northwest wind, as we expected, is kicking off some lake response across some places in central New York. Still warm enough by the shoreline to just fall as rain. And a lot of us saw some pretty heavy rain overnight. Now we're starting to cool off enough that that rain is switching over to a really wet, dense snow. And these areas of blue through southeastern Wayne and into central Cayuga County, even a little downpour now towards Cato. Anything that's switching over has a lot of moisture in it, which means when these flakes fall, they're huge, massive. The only problem is that because of that soaking rain and drizzle that we saw yesterday, some of this is having a little trouble sticking to the ground. I'm not expecting a whole lot of accumulation from this, maybe up to an inch in most places that see a spray of snow throughout the morning. Potentially 2 inches in our hills to the south of Syracuse, like Tully and Lafayette, but you can already see that a lot of this activity is breaking apart pretty quickly. It may hold through the early morning hours, but by the time we get into the afternoon, that main band breaks apart, moves off to the south, and then we're just left with some spotty showers here and there. Temperatures today are, like yesterday, going to be very close to that freezing mark, hovering in the mid, maybe upper 30s. So I'm thinking a mix or just some cold rain showers, even some extra snow showers cannot be ruled out in the second part of the day. And we may still have some weak lake response, making for some snow over in Casanova and through Hamilton and southern Madison County, maybe into southern Onondaga County as well. But most of this is going to be slushy rain mix, not a whole lot of accumulation. Even if you do see some snow, it might be washed away by the end of the day. Temperatures, I should say, that are reading in the upper 30s because of a strengthening wind that's kicking off the snow. It's actually going to feel more like the low 30s and upper 20s today. So it's another day that you got to bundle up. So when we think about snowfall accumulation, again, just adjusting to up to an inch for most of us, maybe some isolated pockets of 1 or 2 inches. Most of it is being washed away throughout the day as we start to mix rain in. So what does that mean if you're trying to head out? Well, like we mentioned earlier, there's no delays at Syracuse Hancock Airport right now. And the worst of the snow, I think, is over. So I think that's what we can expect for the rest of the day. And most of our major travel hubs throughout the Northeast and across the eastern seaboard are doing pretty well. So if you're traveling on the road this morning, maybe a little hairy, there might be some slick spots, but I think that starts to taper off through this evening. My only concern, if you do hold off travel plans for late tonight and maybe even into early Monday morning, because we're so wet and temperatures will be dropping into the 20s, we might see some black ice and some slick spots. So keep that in mind. Monday is smooth sailing. By Tuesday, the only reason I have a little blip there for travel delays on Tuesday is because we're looking at some steady heavy rain possible for most of us. Even though temperatures are in the mid 50s, that rain could fall heavy at times across central New York, especially in the morning and Wednesday afternoon, which could cause for some slowdowns on the road. Back into the 40s for Tuesday. And we're looking at another weak lake response with some snowflakes Friday and Saturday. So make sure you get our Weather Authority app. Brought to you by CNYRealtor.com, interactive Doppler, an hour-by-hour forecast, and a 10-day forecast to help you plan out your day. This is a great thing. Tell your loved ones to download this if they're leaving today, because